Good evening. As you can see, I am fresh out of the shower and I'm comfy. It has been a really long day. We are in Blue Ridge, Georgia on a cabin retreat family trip situation. This was our first full day. Yesterday, Wednesday, was mainly driving. We didn't get here until around 5. It's about a 9-hour drive once you add in a stop at Buc-ee's and then having to navigate the winding roads and actually find the cabin. It's spring break for me and it's just been a really rough month. It's been a really rough April. So I am so glad that I finally get this break and time to relax. I did bring some school stuff with me, but I probably won't work on it until Saturday or Sunday because we do also get the Monday after Easter off. We got brunch at this really cute cafe. We found an antique mall. There's like all these little shops and eateries in downtown Blue Ridge, and I did actually get some goodies. I'm really excited about what I found in that antique mall. I collect teacups, so this place was like a slice of heaven for me. It was so hard choosing what to walk away with. And then we went hiking. I can't remember what trail, but there was a waterfall. I love hiking. I don't really get to do it that often because we don't have mountains in Louisiana. We have Mount Driscoll, which last time I checked is simply the highest point of elevation. That's why we call it a mountain. It's really more like a really tall, glorified hill. Definitely had to take some breaks. Definitely was a bit out of breath because I don't get to mountain hike very much, but I always enjoy it when I do. I am settled in to bed with some tea. Tazo lemon loaf. It is so good. And my Kindle. I am about 42% through Salt Bones. I have an advanced reader copy and I am definitely wanting to finish this weekend. So this is a reimagining of the Greek myth of Demeter and Persephone set on the backdrop of Mexicali and the Salton Sea. There's all of this environmental destruction and crisis going on. There's all this pollution and toxic waste. The indigenous people in the area are very poor, whereas the white settlers have established all of these companies. They have the money, but they're also the ones causing all of that destruction. And so that's like the backdrop of our story, and the mystery comes in because there are all of these young girls that go missing, including the main character's sister when she was younger. And now that she is older, she has children of her own, daughters. Another girl in the town goes missing, and then another. And she is not only fearing for her daughters, but she is also being haunted by the guilt of not keeping her sister safe and being there for her. And also she is being literally haunted by the figure of La Ciguanaba, who is the horse-headed woman in folklore. And she like kills and eats people. If you look up pictures, she's pretty terrifying. And so she has started kind of associating this woman, this figure, with the disappearances. She's somehow responsible. It is quite gripping with the mystery, and when the girls go missing, you can definitely feel Malamar's panic and the trauma that she's gone through. There's very complex family dynamics. You're also getting the perspectives of her two daughters as they are all working towards figuring out this mystery. The writing style did take a little bit to get into and settle into, but once I was there, I mean, I've read almost half the book in 2 days, which for some of y'all doesn't sound like very much, but for me it is. Really tired, long day, so I'm gonna see if I can get to 50%, and I will, I guess, update y'all tomorrow. Have you tried it? That's our train. Good morning. It is Saturday. I don't know what happened yesterday. I was going to finish my book. We got back from hiking and I promptly fell asleep at 5 o'clock. And did not get up the rest of the night. Like, my parents could not wake me up. I think it's because my body is still on teacher time and was like, it's a Friday. You should be exhausted. This is what we're doing. Just automatically shut down and recuperate. So unfortunately, I still haven't finished Salt Bones, but between waking up early this morning to shower, and I have some reading time there, and also the hour drive to Helen, Georgia today, I should be able to knock this one out. So I'm out here with all the lovely nature sounds. The view is amazing. I have some tea. Let's finish this book finally. You can do it, Mom! She's taller than me, so if she was having to reach up to the tree branches that much, I wouldn't be making it. There's my dad coming down. Maybe he'll get her to the river. This, for the record, is what they're climbing down. I'm not about to do that. Okay, so I have finished Salt Bones on my Kindle. That book was wild. It was intense. Leaned a little bit more graphic in the descriptions, a little more in the horror direction with that. But I really liked how the tale of La Siguanaba was used in the story and transformed. There were a lot of plot twists I didn't see coming, but I think that was one of the reasons why we were in the main character Mal, or Malamar's perspective for most of the book. She is the mother character, and so when she is in this panic, she is desperate, searching for her daughter, much like Demeter searching for Persephone. Her brain is latching onto any possible connection, any possible clue to what happened to her daughter. And so if she's suspicious of everyone, we're getting that too. And so yeah, you may be picking up on the real clues as you go. You may be getting those, but there's all these distractions along the way, and it really was stunningly done. I am on to my next book, Tears of the Wolf by Elizabeth Wheatley. This is, I believe, a prequel to her original series, Dangerous Assassins, but you don't have to read that series in order for Tears of the Wolf to make sense. It's good because I haven't. But I want to read the back because it is a really well done synopsis. After the murder of her child, Bryn of the Istavari wants nothing more than to escape the shackles of her birthright. As a sorceress and the last of a once great bloodline, many still seek to use her for her own schemes. Bryn will do anything for the chance at freedom, even if it means marrying an upstart warrior from the far north. Cynric needs a wife, but not just any wife, a sorceress. Having recently reclaimed his inheritance after a youth spent across the sea, a sorceress will bring security and legitimacy in his estranged homeland. A marriage gives both Bryn and Cynric what they want, for now. In the far northern reaches lies a land ruled by pride and strict codes of honor, where winter reigns as fierce as the giant wolves that stalk the forests. As Bryn and Cynric struggle to navigate the aftermath of their hasty union, they soon realize that rival factions within the kingdom are on the verge of war once again. Alone, they'll be destroyed by the coming storm. Together, they might stand a chance. So this is romantasy. There's a lot of historical inspiration. I really enjoyed seeing the author Elizabeth Wheatley's reels about all of that. We are also getting dual POV. We get both Bryn and Cynric, which I absolutely love, especially with the romance. There's also a dog companion to Cynric that he has some kind of telepathic connection with. I haven't really gotten all the answers as to how or why that happens, but I love it. I love a good animal sidekick. And he also has a connection to the goddess of foretelling. I really like that aspect. It's really interesting. So far, I'm really loving the start of their relationship. This is what their dynamic is like at this moment. It says, "Yes, my king," Cynric agreed. All is in accord. He looked back to Bryn. "Can I trust you not to kill me in my sleep?" Bryn's reply was flat, almost sounding bored. "I could kill you awake if I wanted to." That's what we're working with. So excited. I am actually about to be leaving for graduation. My students' graduation, not mine. Teachers are required to go every year, and I'm about to be a hot mess because this is my 4th year teaching. I teach freshmen and sophomores, so that means last year was my first official graduating class. My first batch of sophomores I ever taught graduated, but this year are my freshman babies. And I cried most of the ceremony last year, so yeah, it's gonna be a rough night. But while I'm here and I'm thinking about it, I need to update y'all on Tears of the Wolf, because I realized I never did that. I came back from my trip, I immediately went in school mode. I have not thought of this vlog in over 2 weeks. It is May. It is literally May. So, here are my thoughts. I devoured this. I read it the entire ride back home. It was like an 8-hour drive. I finished the book with time to spare. Devoured. And unfortunately, the second book is not yet. This book just came out in February. So I am devastated. I am devastated because I need more from these characters. I need to find out what happens to them. Cinnamon and Bran are like officially my fictional babies. Okay, protect them at all costs. Also the talking dog. Nothing should happen to the talking dogs. Anyway, my review is Elizabeth Wheatley. You can take all my money. Even though I need that money for therapy, and I definitely will need more therapy after reading your books, because these characters go through a lot. I love the political intrigue. I love seeing all that come together, and I can't wait to see where it will continue going. And I also feel like there wasn't a ton of magic in this installment, but that in future books, it might play a bigger role. And that also makes me excited. There was a very incredible moment with Bran and her magic towards the end of the book. If you are looking for a historical inspired fantasy, great world building, great characters, dual POV, beautiful romance, and lots of political scheming, like this definitely has plot. Hi, Ginger. This isn't a romantasy that's mainly romance, right? There are other things to it. So if that's what you're looking for in the romantasy or fantasy department, definitely try out Tears of the Wolf. Also, for some reason, I thought this was going to be a duology. I don't know how I got that idea in my head. The author's currently working on book 3 of 5 in this series. 5. I'm definitely gonna need therapy.